It's 12ish, and it's time for us to have the Pajama Mama Show. We'll take 15 minutes out of your day to teach and educate you how you can fire your boss and hire your kids. The fun thing about it is we interview, 6 and 7 figures mom and dadpreneurs that are successfully doing what you're doing and sharing with you various ways that they're making money online. And some of it has information as far as how they're making money offline also. So with that said, on today's show, we kind of have a little twist to what we're presenting to you. We're going to share with you the Thekidpreneurs. Yes, he is a product of a mom that fired her boss and literally hired her
The best in the game, the best mom in the game.
Oh, he's talking smack already, ladies and gentlemen. This is my baby boy. This is River 9. And the other one, Series 7, he's the shy guy in the house. He does the background stuff, but he's too shy to be on today's show. But literally, my kids have chosen to become kidpreneurs, and they've done Amazon Kindle, they've done Amazon affiliate, they have done YouTube channels and the like, as far as gaming, etc. They're tapping into the whole wide world. Instagram, River created an awesome Instagram account that has over 10,000 followers. And so we're just going to talk to you a little bit about what, made him, what was the making of the kidpreneur, what made him want to become a kidpreneur. And more importantly, what I wanted to share with you, I'm going to put my 2 cents in, is the fact that I think now, in 2017, we've got to really prepare our kids for the future. The old-fashioned industrialized age of, making money is extinct, is dinosaur-ish. It has played out in a nutshell, ladies and gentlemen. We got to deal with some realities. Number one, the average kid today, unfortunately, is going to pay when they go to college no less than $150,000 for a good college education, the so-called quote-unquote get a good job. Okay. In addition to that, when they get the job, guess what? They're not even guaranteed. Okay, you're going to invest over close to $20,000. You're not even guaranteed a job once they graduate. In addition to that, we're talking about 4-year commitment. I got 3 fingers up, and I got a college degree. 4 years commitment of education that they have to invest in. That's 4 years of their lives, okay, to invest into. And when they get out of that institution, like I said, they're number one, not guaranteed a job. They're already $100,000 in debt. And oh my God, don't let it be student loans attached to it. That means you're paying more for the education.
Oh, excuse my computer's about to go down. I gotta get my cord real quick.
Okay. Hey, ask Sirius to get your cord for you real quick. Okay. I guess he's going to do that. So I guess I get a chance to chit chat and really expound on get on the soapbox. So parents, when I'm telling you, and then when they graduate, the jobs that they have available for them, we're talking about not even guaranteeing them $20, $30, $40, $50,000 type of incomes available to them. Hey Diva, hey Aviance, how are you? Thanks for being on our show today. So this is really a kicker, and Aviance, you'll be able to appreciate this too, because I know you have a kidpreneur in the making in your household. I'm going to tell you why he must become a kidpreneur. So with that in mind, let's continue on, ladies and gentlemen. So the reality situation is they're going to graduate, they're going to get that degree, and they're going to go out there and they're going to go look for a job. And like I said, jobs are scarce, and companies aren't paying what they need to for these type of jobs. I had a nephew who had a college degree not too long ago, just graduated, and he's doing Uber, and he's doing, all these other type of, 1099 type of schedule form job and occupations, because the only things being offered him is $7 and 75 cents type of job, and he's had $150,000. Luckily, his parents paid for his college education. But majority of kids that go to college are going to have to pay some of that money out of their own pocket to pay off those student loans. And you're like a house note already in debt of $150,000, and you're getting average minimum wage jobs. So my point more of the story is you're not getting the jobs that will, in a nutshell, afford you to pay off that student loan, let alone get the quote-unquote living wage jobs that we all strive to make over $100,000 a year if you're not in a discipline. Like Aviance, you can relate to the fact that you're a pharmacist, so it's easier because you got a discipline. Or if you're going to be an engineer, if you're going to be a mechanic, if you're going to be information technology scientist, that's going to be available to you. Certain disciplines, a doctor, a lawyer, Indian chief, If you're going to be those type of disciplines, well, yeah, you have to get a college degree in order to be able to do that. But ironically, a lot of people that have those college degrees, guess what? They're not even using them. I'm not even using mine. I'm a naturopathic doctor, okay? I know lawyers. I know accountants. I know, doctors, etc. That really, to be honest with you, that are doing internet marketing, affiliate marketing, social media marketing because they hated it. Because basically, when you get into those disciplines, you're buying a job. Yeah, you're just buying a job. You still got to work there all the time, still no quality time with your family, but you're making a whole lot of money. But what's the sense of making all that money if you can't use it to do what you want to do with it? And that is, what is that? To spend more time with your family. So I'm gonna get off on the soapbox, and I'm gonna interview the Thekidpreneur River Nile so that you can fully understand that this is the way to go. It's not. I'm not saying that the kids don't get a college education for the future. What I'm saying though is this needs to be an adjunct. Make sure they're doing this on the side. Make sure that they're growing this while they're young, so when they go to college, they have some side income that help them pay for that degree. So if college works or not, the bottom line is being taken care of, okay? And that is having to make some good income in order to have a good life. Okay, so with that said, hey, River Nile, good to talk to you. Glad to have you on our show today. Tell the listening audience why you decided to become a Thekidpreneur.
Well, I am glad to be on the show. Glad I was able to come back to the show. I was on the show previously. I did such an amazing job that you hired me back. I really do enjoy being a Thekidpreneur. Being that I was able to, at a very young age, I would say, coming up, seeing you go into a lot of different business opportunities. And I'll be honest, every single opportunity you came up with, I'm always doubtful because, growing up, I really I don't remember my early years that much when you started getting to your millionaire status and wheeling and dealing and gaining the clout that you still hold to this day. So yeah, having such a you gave me such a young impact at my age when I was young. Really did propel me to want to follow in your footsteps. And usually with most kids, they want to follow in their parents' footsteps. They want to make them proud. So I definitely did want to become a Thekidpreneur. I don't regret my decision. I'm glad I'm still at it, and I'm having good success with it. So.
Well, you told me something else though. But you told me you didn't want to go to college.
Well, yeah, I did not want to go to college because I have a very negative view on college of just seeing how other family members have had to pay their student loans off. Like, they get the education after they get out of college, they still have the loans sometimes to deal with. Sometimes their family members pay it for them, but generally speaking, most people don't have the financial means from parents or even other family members to aid them in their college. So they have to depend on either government programs or agencies that give them student loans. And seeing that they had to pay them off even as they get their job, and even as they have their job and they're making a nice living, they still have to pay off their income. It's just, I didn't feel right to me that I'm working my butt off, but I'm still beholden to someone else. I definitely didn't seem like that enticing. Especially, I feel like if you're going to go to college, then it should be for. It definitely shouldn't be for like a history degree, like nothing that like it's gonna be like very, very beneficial, like a doctor's degree, or so you can work in the medical firm because you make a lot of dough there. So yeah, knowing that I'm not interested in these professions, I felt like the best way for me to make a very nice income was to do it for myself, and to benefit also for my family.
So what are the other benefits you think about being a Thekidpreneur that you really liked? You like to sleep?
I like to sleep. I definitely gotta work on that. I gotta work on wanting it. I sometimes, I'm not gonna admit, I sometimes do struggle. I'll wake up and I'll be like, work, overrated. And I do want to stay in the bed, but I do know that the time is coming where I'm going to be at a crossroads where I definitely need to make the income so I can be I'm not going to be dependent on you to help me. So I know that day and age is coming. So I got to make sure I make the right moves and make the right decisions. Now, I'm not saying that I'm still not having my own mistakes. You know, I'm still at times, I'm not going to sugarcoat, I'm still times selfish. But I'm definitely, trying to be my best self, for sure.
Oh, cool. So tell people about, your first success, your hit #1 success as far as how did that, crossroads create your own Amazon business, FBA business?
I would say my first true experience. I'm gonna go a little back. It's actually a funny story. I was around maybe 8 or 7 years old, maybe even 9, and I was outside. Most kids have a cookie stand or lemonade stand, but nah, I'm too out there. So I decided, let me sell these tiny toy cars. And
what made you get that idea?
I saw them lying around, and I was like, I don't need you. You can go. So I took those toys cars. I wrote up a sign, toy cars for sale. I think I had some. I think $1 each. They definitely weren't worth that, but I was like, I'm gonna give me at least $1, $1 to holla. So I went out there. I had my little 5 toy cars lined up. Me sitting out there watching cars go by. I was like, why drive that big one when you can have this small little thing right here? And these high schools, either high school / college, I'm not really sure. Maybe it was even a mix. Came around the corner. It was like 2 girls, 2 guys. Probably me on a double date. But anyway, they saw no cars to sell. They saw $1. Now they were like, "Are you selling your cars?" I was like, "Sure." Completely oblivious to what they could have been talking about. I was like, "Oh, they're talking about my cars right here. These amazing beauties right here." But they were actually talking about Mom's Mercedes back there, and I wasn't thinking about I'm 8 or 9. I'm like, yes, these cars are premier. They go vroom vroom, and you just gotta make the noises. Don't worry. It's not included. So yeah, they were like, we'll be right back, and I was like, oh, they believe in me. They know, and so. I don't exactly remember if they came back, but I do remember that the 2 females in the car came out, I believe, I was like $10 or $5, and because they at least had enough sense. Always the women that know what's happening. That they at least knew that I was trying to sell little toy cars, and they just gave a donation basically to me, and I was like, that's good enough, thank you. Wrapped in my store. Went in the house, and I was like, I'm a baller. And yeah, that was my first transaction as a kidpreneur, for sure. Yeah.
Hey, I like that story a lot. And just to let you know, ladies and gentlemen, parents, it's one lesson I want you parents to know, because a lot of parents ask me, how can I motivate my kids to, become entrepreneurs? I know that they need to in 2017, and they're going to have that side hustle, side gig, however you want to refer to it. And one key easy way to do it is be a product of the product.
I just want to step in, and a lot of kids, at least in my generation, they're worried about the side chick, not the side money or the side gig.
Yeah.
The priorities usually aren't straight. I'm not gonna say my priorities straight. Sometimes I sometimes got off, but I just wanted to mention that.
Okay, that's good. I know, instead of getting the side chick, young gentlemen, teenagers, get the side gig first, so you can have truly a nice friendship with the young lady. But with that said, and that's the one thing I wanted to let you know, and you're right about that, River, is the fact that you practice what you preach. Because I was totally oblivious to it. Matter of fact, he didn't even share it with me. He went and did that completely independent, and I didn't find out till after he came in and told me the story about somebody wanted to buy his car. That I told him, honey, I don't think that they're coming back. But I was very proud of him for taking the initiative and thinking his own head. He wanted money, and he saw mommy figure out how to make a way out of no way, and he created his way to create something he created. So that was, you're right, I forgot about that story. Also share with them the story. The other thing I wanted to share with them is that you had your own, you and your brother had your own local community candy business.
Yeah,
That's
that was an interesting that was something. Let me just say that to start the story off. So it had its ups and downs. So the candy store, I don't exactly remember sure why I wanted to get into it, because it's kind of weird, a vegan having a candy business, but I did know that, the clientele base wants the candy. Especially considering the fact that, like, I didn't know these terms back like a few years ago, but I was basically, getting a trial run. I was getting the products from the samples from Alibaba, basically. It was a little Halloween trial run, and basically I had some Halloween candy. I'm vegan, I can't eat it, but we always love to go and spend time as a family and go trick or treating, especially for my brother. So we had some candy that even that year we went trick or treating 2 times. It was actually crazy. We went one time in New Jersey, because they had the whole I can't remember the name of the hurricane, but a big storm. So they decided they could hold it later or earlier. And then we even had candy from coming back home and doing the official trick or treating day. It was like 2 days. I don't exactly remember how it went. But anyway, we had 2 buckets of candy. We had tons of candy. So we were going to sell it, and I decided we were going to sell it for 25 cents. Now, my mother thought at the time she thought it was foolish because to sell it so early, because she thought the kids would still have their candy. So we got, and they were out of their candy by a week, and so they were stopping by. I was like, "What you got, fam? What you got?" And I got that candy, and so we sold. We went. The candy went. They came with their dollars. Got 4 pieces. Go. Candy. Money. And money makes sure that you don't look funny. And with that money, we took the money that we earned. We went to our local Sam's Club, and then we started buying the actual full size candy bars and chips. And we bought we surveyed some people, and we bought the most popular candy brands that they would enjoy, because it's even though it's like kind of a big kid base, it's still a small community. And that you're not, we're not going to Walmart and talking to everyone. We're locally based, so we want to see what the locals want. And we were able to.
Yeah, I remember you going online too. Remember we went online and saw what the most popular.
Yeah. But like even then, like the surveys, we still, like, even though we went online, I still stuck to what the kids out there were saying, because online, that's very broad still. That's an entire world, But here, we still had. But basically, we got Skittles, we got Hershey's, we got Hot Cheetos, we got Lay's, and we bought them home. And we started selling. We did a lot of interesting things. We sold ice cream at one point. We even sold burritos at another point. And we sold ices at another point.
That was a little popular. You tried.
Yeah. We sold
iced tea.
We sold Arizona iced tea, and it was funny because they usually cost $1, but I wanted to make it affordable for the kids here, and I still wanted to sell it for $1. So what I did was I found some coupons, got it for 50 cents, and sold it for $1. So it wasn't the biggest. Honestly, if I wanted to, I probably could have sold for $2 because they love it and they would pay $2 for it. But I still want to do it for my people and sell it for a nice price. Now that was the high points. Now the low points was we got jumped. And we got shook. Let our guard down. Now it's kind of funny though, because me and my brother have kind of grown up on our hood terminology over the years, because when we were born, we were more in urban communities, and so more upper class communities most of the time. So we weren't. To be honest, we really weren't around our people. We were mostly around other cultures, but I mean that gave us gave us, you know, a good perspective on life. Now,
Well,
really,
one thing I want to really emphasize, though, because we got to make this very, very clear, and that is that the good part about it is that we have got to really learn how to realize that, unfortunately, part of business is that people sometimes rob, cheat, and steal. They do that scamming online, etc. So you got to be very perspective about that reality. But the good thing about it is they handled it very well. We took care of business, and we truly, served our community. We served them well, etc. That's why it's important that parents raise their kids properly to realize that if they have value out of life and a value out of people, that they're teaching them entrepreneur kids, so children don't have to feel the need in order to steal, parents, friends, and loved ones. So that's one thing that we have to learn, unfortunately, within our community, of some things that we need to work on. But let's segue into now sharing the story as far as your big hit, your big wonder that literally allowed us within a year's time. We went from zero. We started out with zero, cash, and just share that story, particularly when you first got involved with it, because you was like, "Oh, mommy, here comes mommy with another business opportunity. It's gonna fail." And your first experience at Goodwill, and
sure.
how it started.
So we're about to start moving to Georgia, and my mother's really excited about this one particular a product that she's inquired. And so I'm a very pessimistic person at times. So when she's coming with the next big thing, and I'm like, this ain't even look like a thing. And but she showed me people with success. I still was very, very optimistic. I was like, okay, good luck. And we get to Goodwill, and I know I'm gonna have to do this, so let me at least make a valid attempt. So when we get into the Goodwill in Georgia, when we move to our new house and such, I'm in there. I see Star Wars.
For just 1 second, ladies and gentlemen, what I want to share this with you, because he said he knew he was going to have to do it, and he was right. Because one of the key things, I unschool my kids, and one of the key things that I'm very clear about, I'm teaching them the 4th R too. River now, right now, is focusing all its energy on the 4th R, and that's becoming rich. We go to school, they teach us reading, writing, and arithmetic, but they don't teach us about becoming rich, about how to make money, manage money, so we can build wealth for ourselves and our family. And I was determined, and that's one of the main reasons why started out as a homeless mom with just $50 in my checking account. And I was
there.
I got myself into that situation because I was financially illiterate. So I was very clear that I was going to give my kids a financial education. So I was very clear that they were going to learn all the steps it took in order to build wealth for themselves. And so, yes, I highly recommend, ladies and gentlemen, this is the main thing. Parents, hello, mompreneurs, dadpreneurs out there, I want you to fully get this. They are not going to get that financial education by nobody but you. Or if not you, if you don't have it yourself, if you know you can't do it, at least introduce themselves to the people, places, situations, and circumstances so that they get that financial education before they turn 18 years of age. Boom. Big moment, big time. Take that golden nugget and work it and run with it, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, continue the story.
Now, River, back to you.
So yeah, the first thing I'm pretty sure it's the first thing I picked up was the Star Wars. And I was a decent Star Wars fan. Now, my Star Wars knowledge has increased ever since then, but yeah, I knew what it was. I knew what Star Wars was, and I knew how much of a big fan base it had. So I saw it was new in packaging, so I was very curious. I was kind of confused. I was like, why is this new video game in Goodwill? But I saw it was kind of like the old throwback game. So I was like, maybe they just didn't want to play it anymore, and they never opened it.
Yeah, what he's saying is that the Star Wars game, it was completely brand new in its original form. It was a Star Wars Xbox video game, and so it was, and it's in Goodwill. So he was really perplexed about that, but he took my profit detector strategy and he scanned it. And what happened, really?
Yeah, so I scanned the product. I found out that the product was actually worth around $120. I was like,
And we paid
I
$5.
was like, it's broken. It's broken. Something's wrong. It's broken. So I scanned it again. The same price came up, and I was like, whew, I beat her to the punch. I beat her. Look what I found. And ran over, and I was trying to play it low key though. I was hyped, but I was like, I don't want no one to know that I got $120 in my hand right here. And so yeah, it turned out that the product in Goodwill only cost like $3 for the new video game. $5, $3 or $5.
$5.
$5. All right, cool. So yeah, we bought it for $5 at Goodwill, and we turned around and sold it on Amazon for 120, 130, something around that. Yeah, it was a completely amazing experience, and ever since that, I've been hooked in Amazon's one of Amazon's biggest fans. Yes, for sure.
And let me just because we got but so much minutes left on this show, ladies and gentlemen. Let me just share this with you and give my son an enormous amount of kudos. And I want you parents to fully understand this right now. Just because they're kids, that doesn't mean that they're not qualified to become kidpreneurs, okay? A lot of people don't do that. Not only my son, literally the oldest one in particular, helped us within a year's time. We did 6 figures in Amazon. He not only that, he created a system, and we created together called Trending Azon Profits, where he was the first one that really got into the business of finding a trend. We found a trending product right before it got really hot on Amazon. It became the #1 selling toy on Amazon. We beat everybody to the punch because he heard a radio show interview. In a nutshell, he was like, "Mom, be quiet. It's something that's trending in toys." Now, see, kids are what? They love toys. Kids do what? Love candy. So he stayed within his niche realm that he was an expert on. He's an expert as far as toys are concerned, an expert as far as candy is concerned. He stayed in that particular realm, and he scored big time. We got involved with this company, literally, ladies and gentlemen. And when we found out about it, we bought their products. We made $40,000 in 1 month. In 1 month, $40,000 selling this particular item toy because it was the #1 toy. If you understand Amazon, the #1, a toy, and having access to the #1 toy, selling it, we were literally selling 2 or 3 of those items at $45 a pop in every second. I mean, it was crazy. He was loving it.
Yeah, that was amazing.
And we were buying it for we bought it for like 15 for the big one, all the way down to 750, all the way down to.
Can I say something? Real quick?
Let me make it $3, and we were selling those items online for $20 a pop. $3, $20 a pop, $30 a pop. Selling it on, and these were like tons of them, and we were buying them at retail, not even at wholesale. Then we got connected with the company. Start buying them in wholesale, and it really got juicy as far as that's concerned. But it was really absolutely awesome. But literally, this young man with this idea helped us. That I fine-tuned it. We came out with a product, and then we learned how to strategize and basically teach people how to go online and find other items. And after that, we created a product out of that based upon an idea that nobody else was doing. Matter of fact, to this day, people aren't doing. So, I want you to fully understand that this has allowed our business to be 6 figures. It is truly a partnership with the Thekidpreneurs and the Pajama Momma, and how we get to the next level. And we want you to realize that you can have that same experience too. Okay, River, we just want to.
Yeah, I just wanted to say, I guess kind of motivate people, but like it's a great feeling when you're out and about. You're gonna go get something to eat, and you check your phone and you see that you sold 40 of the same product in like 10 minutes. That's something crazy. And then you can get back and get to the most important thing, eating. So yeah,
that's his hobby, ladies and gentlemen. He loves to eat. That's really cool. So ladies and gentlemen, these are the main points we want to hit home to. Is that #1, no kid is too young to become wealthy, rich, and massively successful. And sometimes kids are going to want to do this business, and sometimes they're going to not want to do this business. But this is what I tell parents. They're depending on you to have a great future. And they're depending on your guidance in order to help them get to the next level in life, ladies and gentlemen. And I really think you will be doing your kids a major, major disservice in 2017 but not properly educating them or pointing them into the right direction of resources, educational institutions that would teach them about money. Don't just teach them about, River now is right now in the process of buying his first home. River now is right in the process of buying his first car. River now is right in the process. He had an investment account. Now he's going to be trading Forex trading. Right now he is trading Forex and learning how to do that. That's a lifestyle gig because retirement's not going to be available. Those good old-fashioned retirement plans they used to have, 401ks, etc., working for a major corporation. Even for those who have a college degree and get a good job, you're going to have to supplement that with your own retirement plan. So basically, in nutshell, ladies and gentlemen, the kids and my generation, the Generation X, the millennials, they are going to have, and even the boomers, we're going to have to supplement our retirement plan. So we got to learn the trade. You know, we learned from them trading for us. So now we are going to have to be the ones to do trading to control our own money and financing. So this kid is right on the right track to be not only rich, but to create wealth. And guess what he's going to do, ladies and gentlemen? He has his own business, and that's what he does. He teaches big kids and little kids how to create businesses online. That's his expertise, and that is what he does. He's created success in Amazon Kindle. We did Barack Obama. We did a whole series of Black History books. The first one was I Can Be Barack Obama, and in the next show, he made $500 off of that one. He did Martin Luther King. He did $300 off of that one. He did Michelle Obama. He made $500 off of that one. So, and then the list goes on and on. He did very well as far as Amazon Kindle. Matter of fact, we did him back into the Kindle business. We did very well. He did Amazon affiliate, where you basically have a link where people can buy various sorts of items on Amazon. And when they buy those items from your website or from your link, from your YouTube channel, etc., guess what? You get paid a percentage of that fee for referring someone via your link to that particular product. He also had an awesome Instagram account where he had over 10,000 followers. And guess what? Somebody contacted him to buy it from him. Okay. In addition to that, he actually did sell some ads on that. How much did you make from that when you sold?
I made $10 to $15. I forget.
Yeah, he made $10 to $15 from selling that one, you know. But his main baby that he's sticking with has afforded an opportunity to travel. We just got back from Miami, a great trip.
Great trip.
He loves to eat, and we're eating at our places where we're spending literally in one sitting. Okay, I'm hyperventilating, of course.
Crazy.
You know, it's 70, 80, $100 each time we go out and eat. And that's 3 meals a day. That's $300 in a day just to eat.
Mm-hmm.
Luckily, our buffer is that he has his own money. He has his own business that he's able to afford to be able to do that. Okay, so imagine being able to prep your kids where they can buy their own house, buy their own car, be able to take it at 18 years of age. That's why we send them to college, right? The objective is so they can grow up, make more money, and have the opportunity to live a good middle-class lifestyle. Well, they could do that and live even larger than that. So I always say, my motto is, if the kid can do it, then definitely you can do it, Mr. and Mrs. Grown-Up Adult. So get excited about that because he's getting ready to come out with this slew of products and services for everybody. And he's actually written his own Thekidpreneur book too. But guess what? He didn't write it alone. Ooh, this is how we teach you how to outsource, and make a lot of money also too. So thank you so much, River, now for being on our show today. Let's see if there are any questions for anybody.
Yeah, I was reading a question. Do you mind if I answer it?
Sure.
Okay, so Jasmine asked, was being kid entrepreneur hard when you first started? So I'll answer that first because it was like a mix of questions. I wouldn't say it was hard when I first started because I was so used to seeing my mother do it. It was kind of just like a way of life. It was kind of like I was just like eased into it, kind of. It wasn't like hard. It's just not like she expected me, but it's just like I kind of like, just followed the path. Because it's being homeschooled. You're not going to a school system. You don't really see a lot of other things, so you're kind of comatose to like what's happening around you. So seeing her just work her butt off, I was like, oh well, I guess I'll just go over there and join her. So yeah.
That was cool. And I want to iterate right now. Simple slogan: kids, parents, kids do what you do. Just that simple. That's probably why it's a little bit easier for them. Okay, then we can answer
Do your friends have their own businesses or job? Jobs. Most of them don't have their own businesses. Next question. Do you think most kids would try to create a business or get discouraged? I think most kids would get discouraged. At least I know I got discouraged when I was for a period of time looking for a job, scouting the market, seeing how it would be. It's certainly when I was doing it at 16, it was definitely a hard thing to do because most of the adults are having a hard time finding jobs, so they take the jobs that us teens, quote unquote kids, would normally get. So I think they would actually more get discouraged looking for a job, unless they got. It's funny because usually, if you get a good job or at least a decent job when you're a kid that isn't like fast food, usually because your parents know someone, or the people that work there know you and they like you, so you'll get the job. That's sometimes, but
let me elaborate on that just a little bit too, Rick. One of the key things I want to share with you, ladies and gentlemen, is that when River, one of the blessings was, because I wanted him to have a job experience too. I wanted him to really appreciate the opportunity of being an entrepreneur, having control over your time, have control over your financial destiny as far as how much money you can make and how you can grow. And also, having to deal with a boss, realizing the constraints that a job can sometimes have for you. So I really wanted him to get that experience, and we did go out there and we filled out a lot of applications. But now everything is online. It's so personable. You're not being interviewed or go in with a suit and tie. You just judged by a paper. And now, like you mentioned, a lot of the jobs out there, grown adults are having 20, 30 with kids. So there's a difference to them as opposed to teenagers. And I'm talking about Mickey D's. I'm talking about all the teenage type of oriented jobs are now being taken up by adults. Okay. So what was really fascinating though is he still went through the motions and go through that. And so one of the places that we do our FBA business, they know River has been an entrepreneur. We come in there every time. They build a relationship with us, the mom and pop type of establishment. But he went in there, he went through the motions and asked and applied for a job. I was so proud of him, but ironically, he couldn't take them up on the offer because of the fact they were such long distance and commuting and things like that. It didn't seem financially feasible because their pay wasn't going to accommodate the gas it was going to take him to get to the job in order to be doing it. He'd been spending most of his money paying for the gas to get to the job than being able to use that money to do what he wanted to with it. But what I was so proud of him about was the fact that he went through the motions, and more importantly, you see, he had built such a rapport. People do business with people that they know, they like, and they trust. That's online and offline. And because they knew River and the type of professionalism of how he presented himself with, when we did the Amazon FBA business, when he applied and asked for the job at this establishment, it was a no-brainer. They was like, sure, when you want to start? It was just that simple because they knew that he had presented himself as such a good character. So I was really proud about that. And I highly recommend that. Having kids have both of those types of experiences are really good for their growth and development. Okay, Red, you can answer
Yeah, I just wanted to, I guess, finish the question. Do you think most kids would try to? I think if the kids did try to, I think this is definitely one of the easiest times that they've ever been to start your own business, at least as a kid or even as an adult. This would be definitely the time. There's a lot of opportunities, and even though yeah, definitely offline, online. Some kids I know have become very lazy, I think, due to video games. Well, Bill Cosby famously said, TV is known as the idiot box. So, yeah, I'm going to even say it myself. I do enjoy franchise video games. One game in particular, Pokemon. I really do enjoy that game. It does sidetrack me at times.
More than sidetrack him at times. Okay, I'm telling you, shame the devil.
But yeah, do I think it makes some kids lazy? Yes. It's no reason not to say that, because it's interesting because there's the studies that say video games make kids more attentive, and then some people's like, well, even though they're attentive, this doesn't do anything. So it's a difficult crossroads. But yeah, definitely I guess I'll be split 50-50 on that one. Sometimes, yeah, it will make some kids lazy. who knows what it'll do for the other kids. So, yeah. That's all that's the answer to all the questions. Yeah.
Great, cool. Jasmine, thanks so much for these questions. And I'm going to end by sharing this with you too. And that is, Jasmine, what I'm very clear about is that I'm on my kids. I am the aggressor in this. I wish I could say that they truly had the entrepreneur spirit as far as, when I was young, that it's in my blood. Entrepreneurship was in my blood. I got it from my mama, it was in her blood, and my daddy. Both of them were entrepreneurs. Neither one of them were, they had jobs, but primarily all of my life that I've known them, they've been entrepreneurs. So that's all I really saw, and that's all I wanted to grow up to be. So my mom didn't have to push me. Matter of fact, I was the aggressor and wanted to be the hairstylist and wanted to do all the nitty-gritty background managerial things as far as that's concerned. And out of necessity came ingenuity. She put me in those positions. So, but I say that to say to you, a lot of parents give up on their kids and be like, oh, well, they don't have the entrepreneur spirit, so I guess that's not what they're meant to be, to have a job. Some families, you can't afford not to encourage them and push them towards that. Would you put them out in traffic and you saw a car coming and it was going to crash and die? Do you want your kids to die financially and live a poor life and maybe one day be homeless if you're not teaching them those skills? So this time, just like you would push them out the way and you would push them to go to school and get an education and push them to go out there and get a job because they got to be able to take care of themselves, well, push them even harder to become an entrepreneur, because you know that they're going to have a better quality of life and experience if they own their own, ladies and gentlemen. So what I'm saying is I think parents got to get your priorities together as far as making this a priority about, having your kids become entrepreneurs, especially, and I'm talking to African-American families. Your children are still last hired. They're going to be first fired, making 50 cents to every white man's dollar. That has not shifted and changed. That's why I am an entrepreneur. I knew that glass ceiling was going to hit me upside my head, and I wasn't having it. But I knew that if I created my own, that the sky's the limit as far as where I can go and what I can accomplish and can do. And that's the same that I wanted, the opportunity that I wanted my kids to have. I didn't want to set them up for failure. I wanted to set them up for success. And then that is what I'm trying to encourage you to do too. Get them the books, the tapes, the videos, have them in front of the computer, introduce them to other people that are doing what they want to do. Matter of fact, there's so many kid celebrities in the area of one young lady. She created her own hair care business, and she's making $1 million. Another little gentleman, these are African Americans I'm talking about. So for the African American people that are on this line, listen to me what I'm saying. White young kids are doing it. People, the brother that I had on TV the other day, Suresh May, she was sharing with me the story of how Facebook guy, what's his name? Facebook guy, what's his name?
Mark Zuckerberg.
The guy that owns Facebook.
Mark Zuckerberg.
Oh, Mark Zuckerberg. Okay, well, he in a nutshell, what they don't realize is that when he was young, because he was just absolute genius, he basically created a computer, and someone that was going to buy it from him for $1 million when he turned 14. So, he thought, like everybody thought, that, he was popped up with Facebook, at 16 and didn't know what he was doing haphazardly. No. There are a lot of genius kids out there that are making money as young as 4, 5, 6, 7. You see the kids on TV. You see the YouTube channel stars. All those teenagers are making, thousands and tens of thousands and millions of dollars online by having their own shows. They got Instagram teen stars. They've got Facebook teen stars. They've got YouTube and Pinterest and what's that other site called? Etsy. Kids that are making their own little creative products and arts and crafts and things of that nature. There are so many venues now for kids to properly expose themselves. Lemonade stands, okay? So these are things that you could be doing for your children and send them. And like you were saying, it's a lot easier now because it's cheaper. Before you had to have a brick and mortar and you got to hire people and all that kind of stuff. Now all you got to do is put up a website for like a domain name for $10. Put up a website. You can get it free with a WordPress site online, and you're in business. So for less than $100, your kids are starting business, And I do suggest get the lemonade stands type of format. Have them have a candy business.
Teach them both ways. Yeah, teach them both ways. I teach them both ways. That's why you're really like fine with us doing the whole candy, because you want us to learn physical and along with the. Because
that's what this is. In order to succeed in online business, you got to do it offline. Even Amazon Amazon started everything online, but look at them now. They're building a lot of brick and mortar stores because you have to. It's the nature of the game that people want to see live and in color too. So, but the better way to start is obviously online. It's a lot inexpensive and cheaper. And we talk about media, social media, you can do it, start out for free because it is free. All these channels introduce you to is completely for free. So my point is there's no excuse as to why your children can't start off as kidpreneurs and you can't lead them along the journey. If anything, if you're doing it, that's enough. Because they're going to watch what you do and they're going to inevitably copycat something. Not all of them. Some kids, I talked to a network marketing guy that we're going to interview on Tuesday, be on that show. He's a guru and he's a granddad and he was a dadpreneur now, he's a granddadpreneur too. And some of the kids went to college. His most recent one now is a star in network marketing. He's teaching that success and he's duplicating, copying his father. What I am saying to you, ladies and gentlemen, that it is doable, it's possible, but it's not an option anymore. I'm telling you, you must teach your kids to become entrepreneurs if you want them to succeed and live and I'm just saying, a decent life in the United States of America.
Yeah.
Any final words you want to leave people with before we end today?
Aviance asks, I hope I pronounced your name right. How early? Yeah, I believe I said that. How early can kids have their own Amazon eBay accounts?
I'm so glad you asked that question. Let me answer that one, Reverend, because that is
right. Go right ahead.
And that is
taking the reins.
A lot of back in the day, maybe about 10 years ago, when the internet came out, a lot of kids could start doing a lot of businesses online at the age of about 14 years of age. That's when the age was really there. Now of late, because it's become so lucrative, it's become so bombarded. Now it's 18. You got to be a legal adult now to open up a lot of the accounts and get things started now. So parents, this is what I want to tell you to do. This is how you easily solve that situation, circumstances. You open up the account and, have them run, and you can do it like that as a personally, or what you can also do, this is another thing we do, we open up a legal entity like an LLC, with a business entity, and I allow my sons to run those accounts, okay? So those are two options that you have that they can work. You set up everything for them and they work through you, or they can have their own legal entity and they can work through that legal entity, okay? So I hope that is very helpful.
Yeah.
Why you say, okay, Aviance? Okay.
Oh, I think she was responding to you saying that they can't be 14, they have to be 18.
Yeah, I know, exactly. I know. It's a shame, but like anything in life, it's like I said, it's become so lucrative. And not only that, it's kind of good in the respects that it got rid of a lot of the scamming. So if you notice, anybody
us kids can get lured in pretty easily.
Artistry type of things come into play. So what's good about the internet now, because they become a lot more rules are coming into play and it's being legalized, it's really weaning away a lot of the scammers type of activities and things of that nature. And I'm not going to say that children tend to do that intentionally. They just get real creative and they stretch the line a little bit in order to make money online. So, but it's not, trust me, it's not just because of the kids. It is more because of adults. No, the scam idea is very much highly populated by adults, not the children.
Yeah.
Okay. They're just trying to protect kids as well as adults in this industry. I hope I'm making sense here, okay? All right, awesome, cool. Hey, thanks so much. We actually, this is a 15-minute show. We didn't expect to be on this so long.
I'm exhausted.
For being on the Pajama Momma show with the Kidpreneurs. Look forward to our show coming on, and River now is going to start his Kidpreneur show starting hopefully next week. We've got so many irons in the fire that we're going to start the Kidpreneur show right here live on FB Live. And see us on your YouTube channel too. Talk to you soon, everybody. See the top and over the top, ching ching, and we will see you at the bank. Bye for now.
Have a nice day.
Great job, Red.